Well, we'll see if this works. So, some funny stuff, or I think it's funny stuff. When we did the video the other day of the people out scamming, what bothered me the most about that deal, and when Stacy does, I tell her don't offer them a job, because not like I don't have people that need work, but the way they jumped out in front and waving them arms, I thought somebody was actually hurt. So that's my bad. I won't fall for that shit again. But let's talk about something different. Let's talk about internet classified etiquette. So, it's gonna piss some of you off, but this is the reality of it. If you message somebody and ask them about something you're interested in buying, I don't know how everybody else sees this, but if I'm gonna make a man an offer on something, I'm gonna be standing there looking at it, because if I make an offer on something, I just gave my word that I'm gonna purchase it for that, and you show up and it's nothing what you thought it was supposed to be. That's one thing. Don't make offers on the internet unless you want to stand behind them. Another thing is the guys that post stuff. I buy shit all the time. You guys know it. I get on these kicks. Get a fly chasing me. I get on these kicks that I want to go buy something that makes me feel better, and I get on the internet and I start looking at stuff, and I'm like, does everybody actually believe that they're going to get that amount of money out of this shit? What's funny about this is Meekum Car Auction, no, the one that has destroyed the most on cars, of course, is Barrett Jackson. Because everybody, if they see a 69 Camaro roll through there and it brings $300,000, then they think that same raggedy ass piece of shit, rusted out, 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the floor motherfucker that they got in the back pasture gotta be worth 100. And it sucks for the fact of people that buy these cars that you know have always wanted one, and they're willing to put this car back on the road and put the time and the effort and the heart and the soul into it to make it a viable car again and something that they can enjoy. But they can't afford it because people want $35,000, $40,000 for a rusted out pile of shit. You'd just be better off to go buy one already done. Now, the funny thing about these guys, I bought and sold a lot of cars in my life. I don't know if people realize this, but your shit brings the most money when you first put it up. And somebody like me that looks on the internet, because what happens if I get bored and I want to distract my head and not think about all the shit that I got going on all the day, I'll get on there for a fucking hour or two looking at cars and checking stuff out, and then I'll walk away. So, because if I stay on there too long, I end up buying something. And I really don't need to be buying anything because I got too much shit now. But I like buying cars. I like buying stuff that I think is a fair deal and something that intrigues me or makes me happy. That's just how I get happy. So when you post your car up for sale and you say, okay, I seen this one over here at Barrett Jackson that brought this, and this one at Meekum brought this, so mine's got to be worth this. 100,000, 90,000, so mine's got to be worth 80. Guys, look at the whole picture of what's done to the car, what the drivetrain is. I mean, take everything into consideration before you try to put a value on what you think yours is worth. Because a lot of people, you know, they'll have ads up, and I'll see the ad up for like 19 weeks. And I'll think, hell, nobody leaves the ad up for 19 weeks. Sure as shit. Still have the car? Yes, I do. Wow, okay. What will you? I'm interested in the car. I get pictures. I don't negotiate. I just ask them, are you negotiable? Then I get there. I make my deal. I've already set it in my head before I ever leave the house what I'm willing to give for it. And if I can't get it for that, I'll just drive off. Tell them thank you. Usually you meet some really nice people. That's one of the things. But when you do collect all the pictures and all of that, you're not obligated to buy that vehicle, but have the common courtesy and the respect for the person that's selling it to say, hey, not interested, thank you, something like that. Because there's so many of these 16, 17-year-old punk ass kids or scammers that get these pictures of pretty nice cars, and then you'll find that same car listed in a different state on a different website because they're trying to pull a scam with it. At least you let that person know you're a real person and you appreciate the time and the effort it took for them to load these pictures up and send them to you. Guys, that's why I don't sell nothing. I'd sell everything out here, believe it or not. But when somebody comes up here, they want to talk about street outlaws for 5 hours and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, 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 but it has nothing to do with actually buying some part that's up for sale. I let a friend of mine take a bunch of stuff and sold it. She probably sold $15,000 to $20,000 worth of parts because nobody knew they were mine. Nobody knew anything about it. She's just a girl on the internet slinging parts. And she sold a bunch of them. Matter of fact, they called her and told her to come get another load of them. The other thing is, what I have to do for myself, personally, is I set myself a timer. Because if I get off on a tangent on the internet looking for something, I don't stop. And 3 hours later, I'd be like, I got shit to do. Get the fuck out the door. So, just like right now, I'm on this luxury car kick. I'm trying to find me a Bentley or a Mercedes. Yeah, believe it or not. CTSV Cadillac wagon, that's what I really want. That's what I'm looking for because I want a luxury car. I drive trucks all the time. Everybody laughs when they see me driving that little black Spark. I love driving my little Spark. I love zooming in and out of traffic. I love going to the store. I mean, it's just, I like it. I like my little smart car. I like driving my smart car. But I want a luxury car to where Stacy and Brantley and I want to go to the beach or, drive down to Florida. I don't do it in a motorhome or a one-ton truck. Yes, we have Stacy's Denali, but I don't know. I've wanted a luxury car for a long time. I want a nice, comfortable car that's quiet and rides smooth. And I want one that's all stock, that's never been jacked with. That's why I have a hard time finding a Cadillac, because I can't seem to find one that somebody hadn't put blower upgrades and all this other shit on. And that's not what I want. I want one that's never been jacked with. I don't care if it's high mileage or low mileage. I just want one that's never been abused. Because believe it or not, guys, I don't abuse my stuff. If it's not I don't take my Duramax diesel or my Ford and go out there and just hammer the piss out of it all the time. I drive fast, but I don't beat on them. There was some other point I was going to make on the whole classified internet. If you do go to sell your stuff, think about, don't try to go by the market. Let me give you guys this. I will tell you, and I'll give a pause here. I should just make it a bet with everybody, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to say is I can give you 1,000% right the actual value of everything you own. Every year, car, truck, van, motorcycle, lawnmower, tractor. I'll give you the exact 1,000%, the exact value of that piece, of whatever it is. I don't care if it's your fucking used underwear. I can give you the value of it. It's one little simple thing. It's whatever somebody's willing to pay for it. That's it. Is that 69 Camaro over there worth $100,000? If somebody's willing to pay $100,000 for it, it is. Is it worth $30,000? If that's all somebody's willing to pay for it, that's all it's fucking worth, guys. Remember that when you're pricing your stuff, if you really want to sell it, your car is going to bring the most money the first time you put it on the internet. Because as soon as I see something, I go back and I look, just like if it's on Marketplace. I go back to their profile, click on it, see how long it's been listed, and how many times the price has changed. I mean, you bring the most money on your stuff The first time you put it up, whether it's eBay, whether it's Racing Junk, whether it's Craigslist, the first time it goes up, when it attracts the attention and people share it, but if it's outrageously priced, they're just going to share it and everybody's going to make jokes about it. Or not. I mean, maybe every once in a while it works out for everybody. But I know very few people that it does. Very, very few. Somebody like me that will take cash money and go buy something if I see it. And I'm not saying I want to steal everybody's shit, but it's got to be a good value. It's got to be something that makes sense. I'm not going to go buy an '05 Chevy short bed pickup for $9,500 that makes absolutely no sense. Not when there's a slew of them out there for $2,500, $3,500. So, but if it was a really, really nice one that, you know, somebody had lowered and put some stuff on it that, not hot rod shit, but I mean just made a super clean, nice truck, I might be willing to give $5,500 for it or $6,500 for it if it's something that I like. So there's your values. There's your timer, how to get off. There's some etiquette that needs to be involved, because that's why people are so hard to get to respond sometimes, because they've had 9,000 16-year-old picture collectors wear them the fuck out that never had an intent of buying it. If you intend on buying something, if you're really interested in it, don't jerk their time off. Don't waste my time, your time. Time is the one thing. I can always make more money. I can always find more cars. I can always get everything that I want in life, except I cannot get more time. So realize that your time is valuable. Other people's time is valuable. And be fair. I mean, the car world needs more guys to take these rusty cars that's willing to do this build with their son. I gave a 70 model short wide pickup away to a guy the other day that's going to make a nice truck to build. But the reality of it is, I'm never going to build it. It's a friend of mine's dad, and he's been wanting one, and he can't find one that's not stupid out of sight priced. I said, hey, if you'll build it, you can have it. If you don't build it, you got to bring it back. Because I'd rather see that truck, somebody use it, and it get on the road and enjoy it than it sit out there and rust any further than it already has. Because the reality of it is, I'm not going to build it. I can't sell it because I have 9 million motherfuckers that want to turn around and say it's worth $500. I just soon give it away. So that's what I did. All right, guys, I'm out. I got to get my ass to work. Got to try to get the car fixed so I can go have surgery before I end up blowing my guts out. The expansion's coming along good. Probably do a video on it later this week and explain why I'm expanding the shop and go more into my, I'm going from doing big buildings to little buildings, and we're probably going to start that after the first of the year. So everybody that keeps asking, do you do this? Do you do 20 by 30? Do you do 30 by 50? We're going to do it all. We're going to do the concrete, stand the building up, supply the building, erect it. Bam, 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 you're done, and we're out the door. Later, guys.